Daniel, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jess, what are we doing today?
Today we were taking the seats out of the bus. We took a practice seat out last night, but tonight we're gonna go through and take out as many as we can.
What's the first thing we have to do?
We have to get really safe. We are not professionals, so be careful.
Not yet.
Okay. So a lot of buses are going to be how our bus is. Basically, if you look here, you can see that there's bolts at the bottom of the seat. Normally, a bolt, you'd just be able to put like a socket wrench on it and pull it out, but there's a fun little washer that's on the underside of the bus that if we have this air socket, is that?
Air ratchet.
Air ratchet. I'm still learning the names of everything. So we have this air ratchet, but it was just spinning in place last night trying to get those out. So what we're gonna have to do is Daniel is actually going to be underneath the bus with another socket wrench, and he'll show you in just a second what he's going to be doing on the bottom. But for me up here, I will be using the air wrench.
Close enough.
Close. I'm going to be using the air ratchet while Daniel holds the washer in place so that it can be pulled out.
All right, so we're underneath the bus, very comfortable down here. What we're gonna do now is find these nuts that Jesse was talking about. We're gonna hold them steady with a 1/2 inch socket while she removes them with the air ratchet. Okay, so these are the nuts that Jesse was talking about removing with the air ratchet. They're side by side. There's 2 for each leg of the seats that we're taking out. They're right towards the center of the bus here. All right, let's get to work.
Shortcomings of using this air compressor wrench is that when you have to get underneath and it's too big and it doesn't fit at this angle. I have to use just 2 normal wrenches. Use out your brute strength. We'll see how much brute strength I have. Part is it's like coming loose, so it's harder to hold still, if that makes sense. Let's see. So as I'm unscrewing the bolt, it's like wiggling up because it's getting loose, but then it means that it's sliding all around as I unscrew it. Also, popsicle stick. Super gross. seats are out. Next thing we realized is that there's this metal lip where all the seats were bolted in. It was super gross. So we took hot water and rags and we just scrubbed, and at some points we needed like a flathead to scrape stuff off. We decided to leave the front seat in because honestly, like, this is the best view on the whole bus when we're driving places, and we're still gonna drive around and do stuff before we start the build. So that's Daniel's seat. After we scrubbed this lip on this side clean as well, then we took rags and wiped down all these windows because they were super dusty on this lip in here and here. And then we came through and we wiped down everything that has any sort of cranny or crevice. And then we wiped down this front window, which was much needed. And then after everything was wiped down, then we vacuumed the floor, and then we took a lot of hot water. Then we mopped, but there's still holes in the floor. You can see daylight under there. The last thing I'm gonna do is correct myself because as we were editing this video, I basically misidentified every tool that I used for the most part. Okay, so we're here to correct my corrections because when I tried to do this video by myself earlier, I still mislabeled everything. So we're gonna try this again. This is a socket wrench, and I'm like 80% sure about that. Apparently this is also a ratchet, and I called it,
I don't know what you
maybe I
called
called it a socket wrench, because this looks like a
That is a socket.
This is an air compressed ratchet. I don't know the difference between a ratchet and a socket wrench. I'm sure someone, if you know, put it in the comments because this is a learning opportunity for all of us.
So what do we got here, Jess?
This is an air ratchet.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like I said that earlier, but
Okay.
maybe I said it wrong.
Tape will tell.
This is just a normal wrench. I think I knew that one. This is a wrench.
What kind of wrench? What kind of wrench is that?
I don't know.
What's
Is this a socket wrench?
That's a socket wrench.
Yeah.
Look at
Got
that.
it. Question. The other thing that I got super wrong, this is a washer. Washers are flat and thin. I said that there are washers on the underside of the bus that Daniel was unscrewing, but it wasn't. He was unscrewing nuts. I think I got these right. This is a washer,
Yep.
and this is nuts.
Yep.
At this point, I think we should just play a game called Does Jesse Actually Know What This Tool Is? And if I misidentify, you get a point. So maybe after every video, you could just tally up your points and leave those in the comments too.
She did it. It twists.
This is the ratchet part?
That's the ratchet part.
Okay, what's this part then? This is
Just
the
the
socket,
socket.
part?
Yeah. it's
Okay.
Whatever socket.
So then
you're
why is
using.
this a socket?
Because they're both
Does
sockets.
the hole just mean it's a socket?
Yeah, because you use it to take out nuts. I'm proud of her.
Okay. I swear, I have a master's degree. I'm not dumb. I just don't know the names of things. So if you've been following us, you can subscribe to this channel. If you would like to do that, we're going to start putting out videos as we go along. So the more time goes by, the more videos we'll have. You can also follow our build on TikTok. We are Build a Bison, like build a bear, but we're building a bison. And on Instagram, we're also Build a Bison. We're called Build a Bison because I have an art studio called Snow Bison Studios. So this bus build is brought to you by Snow Bison Studios.